So I just watched Carol and the End of the World and...
I've been learning to surf.
Good for you, I guess? Carol and the End of the World is a Netflix original by showrunner Dan Guterman, a Brazilian-born television writer who's worked on fan favorites such as Community, Inside Job, and Rick and Morty in its prime. While he has a good bit of experience writing for other shows, Carol and the End of the World is his first and only solo endeavor. The show follows a pretty simple premise. As the title suggests, a fictional planet named Kepler is headed on a crash course for Earth with no hope to stop or prolong the inevitable. People are going buck wild, leaving their inhibitions in the wind or roaming the streets in a drunken haze, rendering themselves emotionally neutered by their impending doom. It's here that we meet Carol in the midst of all the madness, a flat-toned and regular woman who wishes to find some sort of fulfillment in her life with what little time she has left. As a character, she's pretty unremarkable. She has a dry, Daria-esque vocal delivery, she's quiet and awkward, and seemingly has no idea what to do with the rest of her time. However, after managing to find an administrative job that may or may not be real, she strives to find community in the mundane, wanting to be a cog that people can depend on. Now, right off the bat, I love the concept of apocalyptic shows like this. It's such a broad yet narrow topic at the same time. You'd think that you could predict how people would act if they knew that their time was coming soon, but it's a whole nother case when the population itself is doomed as a whole. That just adds a different level of chaos when it comes to people's emotions and new expectations for each other in a crisis. One-night swings can suddenly turn into desperate bids for affection, like how we see Carol and this man Greg in the first episode. Does it make Carol a bad person for not giving into his advances? Is Greg a bad person for trying to force a deep connection on someone in a dying world? The show leaves a lot of questions and ideas open-ended, for better or for worse. If I had to give the show a critique, I would say they kind of lose their focus in the final stretch. While yes, the show is supposed to be primarily about Carol, they really shift their attention towards the office space she works at as opposed to, you know. The first episode especially is chocked full, almost to an overwhelming amount of scenes dialing in on the fact that the world is ending. But by the end, it doesn't feel as relevant as it should be. Oh my god, I don't know if y'all heard that, bro. That thunderstorm was crazy. Shit. Like, these episodes could have happened in another show and had the same impact. We start off with the literal end of the world, but it ends up feeling more like a standard office sitcom where the apocalypse barely matters anymore. Adding to that, the ending wasn't really my cup of tea either. I won't spoil it because, as always, I'll be doing a much longer video explaining my in-depth thoughts, but after soaking in the finale for a good day or two, it left me feeling unfulfilled. It's a major asterisk that I have to bring up if I'm honestly recommending it. That said, I do think Carol and the End of the World was a good experience overall. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the characters and most of the existentialist plots we follow in the short 10-episode runtime. But without a second season to really wrap things up, I fear the show left too many things open for interpretation. Two really good shows I would recommend if you like this show are The Midnight Gospel. They go a lot more in depth with talking about human morality and existentialism in a way that's quirky and keeps your attention. And I'd be crazy if I didn't mention how the office setting in this show gives me heavy Severance vibes. From the fact that in the middle of an apocalypse, there's a business that's both up and running and also hiring this many people to do God knows what, to the people working there only doing their work and not knowing anyone's name initially. It's not a bar-for-bar remake, both shows have their own ups and downs, but the similarities did not go unnoticed. Both of these shows are fantastic, just trying to give you guys some nice recommendations if you like Carol and the End of the World, which I think you will. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought about Carol and the End of the World. Did you think it was a good show? Really disappointed that it wasn't longer. Like, I could have seen a full 24 episode package of the season, or even a season 2, but there hasn't been any updates about that, so this is probably all we're getting. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments, and that's all I really got. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.